How did the Eagles look to you?
Deep. Full disclosure, I did most of our TV hits from the parking lot, so I didn't get to see all of practice.
That's why I love you. All right, they look deep. So you were deep, is what you're saying. You were too deep from the field, is what you're saying. Okay. All right.
Yeah, no, I got a chance to do some car scouting. By the way, if anybody ever wants to go to training camp and play a fun game, just get right outside the player's interest and try and guess who's in the car that drives them.
Well, you could guess depending on how expensive they are, and who might have just signed a contract. By the way, Jalen Hurts turns 25 today. How about that? Kid turns 25 today, coming off of that season last year, and I guess that's the general sense, is that they got deeper. And they didn't appreciably change too much. Obviously they lost both coordinators. But I guess then let me ask you, what's your sense of the Eagles prior to the preseason beginning right now, DJ?
Yeah, I mean, I got a chance to visit with a bunch of personnel guys, coaches, and players after practice, and just kind of take their temperature a little bit. The couple of things that I came away, they said, A.J. Brown is so much more comfortable. Think about how good he was last year, but the chemistry continues to grow with him and Hurts, and they think he's there's another level for him to reach.
Well, that's the secret sauce, isn't it, Daniel? I mean, that's everybody keeps talking about the run game, but Hurts and Brown are an elite A+ deep threat, and we're not even talking about the Heisman Trophy winner that runs like the wind on the other side of the field. You know what I'm saying? So that is pretty big. So I guess what else did you glean from the personnel about the run game with Miles Sanders now in Carolina? I mean, DeAndre Swift was acquired on the third day of our draft coverage. So what do you got for me on that front, Daniel?
Yeah, Swift's going to catch the ball a bunch. So they'll be able to get him out in the formation. You'll see him line up in the slot. They'll split him out wide. It's not going to be just screens and checkdowns. Like, he'll be a big part of the passing game. And then the rest of it's just going to be, it's going to be a committee. It's going to be probably not great for fantasy football because you're going to have Rashad Penny, and Kenneth Gainwell still has his role there. You've got Trey Sermon there, Boston Scott. I mean, they've got a lot of guys. So it'll be kind of a committee approach from that standpoint. But in terms of, being involved in the passing game, I think that's where you'll see DeAndre Swift be a big part of it. And, the forgotten guy there, Dallas Goedert's probably top 5, 5, 6, 7 tight end in the NFL. And that's just another, he's another weapon that they can deploy. So they are loaded. Their second string, you look at their second string offensive line, there's, 2, 3 guys that would be starting for other teams. So they have a deep roster. They can absorb some injuries, provided it's not at the quarterback position.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.